Welcome back to CSM TV. We're back today. We got something a little different. Got the Gallant loaded up on the trailer because we are headed down to Tail of the Dragon. It's my first time ever going. I've never been. We're meeting up with our typical Cincinnati homies to make the road trip down there. And I believe Sean is the only one that's been. But we'll go over that in a little bit. We got to hit the road. We're actually running late, so let's get to it. Hey!
You want to put that thing in the box and put my thing on your open decker?
Maybe.
It's a lot of doing.
I don't know where to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
There's literally fucking 400 feet back here.
Park over there.
Look at this guy's shirt.
That's not even a bad part of that.
Oh, hey.
Saw it.
You got a Nolan and a Sean and a Joey. Mundy.
Shirt you wearing?
Simpson.
That's not a shirt. That's a hoodie.
Is that a Homer Simpson shirt?
HKS. I'm gonna have to, I need gas. And both these gas is cheap. Lit. Brother. What do you guys think of bussies?
Bussin'.
It's straight bussin'. Alright, I guess back to it, huh? Bussied up. Prior to the trip, we had several discussions about who was bringing what car and if they were going to trailer down. It is from our spot in Indiana to the Dragon. It's about a 7-hour trip. Makes it much longer with stops, and if you're trailering, it made it a bit longer for us. But I knew, as much as I wanted to drive the car all the way there, I knew the easiest and probably the most reliable way is to just trailer it down and then not have to worry about if something breaks or if, several things can happen. You never know, especially trying to find parts for these cars. It could be a total nightmare if you have a breakdown. So I just decided I'm going to trailer my car. There's no way I'm going to drive it. It makes it a little bit more comfortable, and you can pack a bunch of more unnecessary stuff in the van while we're going down there. And I think that was the solid move. And then everybody else decided, you know what, I should probably trailer our cars as well. So we do have 4 trucks and trailers, which isn't a big deal. Everybody's towed before, but we are staying south of the Dragon, and that's where it gets a little tricky. The only way to get to our cabins is either through the Dragon or drive about an hour and a half out of the way to go around and then come up the other way around the mountain, basically. So after several talks and looking at pictures and looking at videos, we decided, you know what, I think we can make it through with our trucks and trailers. Hopefully that's not a bad move. We have finally made it to the Dragon, and there is no turning back now. We have 11 miles and about... Is that a leg? But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we have 11 miles, 318 curves to get through till we can get to our cabins, and this is where the fun begins. You're already seeing a bunch of cool cars driving past, and I know most everybody was psyched to see that. Like it was unreal. I didn't expect this many cars to be out, especially since it looked like it had been raining all day. So I think that helped us out quite a bit with you know most people not trying to hit the corners real hard, just kind of cruising down the road. So that was definitely a little saving grace for us. But man, some of these views are just insane, and it's hard to see when you're driving. That's for sure. I know I was keeping most of my focus on keeping myself in my lane and trying to look up ahead if I can take a little extra room on some of these curves just to get through them and not cause an accident or make myself an accident myself. So it was definitely stressful with the van and trailer, but it really wasn't totally terrible. I don't know if I'd want to do it again. I know some of us cooked some breaks going through there. We smelled Sean's on the way back. I'm sure everybody else was smelling ours behind, but it was definitely an adventure. And one of the cool things we saw coming in is a bunch of people parked at these pull-offs, just hanging out and watching cars go past. It was one of the things we for sure wanted to try to do while we were there, but fortunately on Saturday we couldn't find enough time to do that, and we had a bunch of smaller children with us, so it was kind of a little sketchy at the same time. So something when we go back we will for sure be doing. Here we're reaching the end of the Dragon. We do have a little bit of a traffic jam behind us, but there's just not a good way to use the pull-offs with a truck and trailer. I think it'd be more dangerous to do it that way, so we just kind of pushed on through, made it to the state line, and we are nearing Deal's Gap, which is the end of the well, I guess it would be technically the beginning of the Dragon, and we are getting real close to our destination, to our cabins. So we just need to get there, unload, and hit the road the next day.
Fucking
I still don't know how this happened.
Okay. So a coffee pot heats water, right? And then it runs hot water through coffee grounds. So I didn't put coffee grounds in it,
Right.
but I put a filter in it.
No, he put potato ground.
And then I put potato flakes in the pot, and then the hot water made instant mashed potatoes.
They're delicious.
I smell them.
Then Norman poured a bunch of hot sauce on him.
Poured way too quick.
Yeah.
It poured way too quick.
Use a bussy sauce?
Oh, I have ground beef.
He's eating fucking mashed potatoes on coffee.
That's what I'm saying. He says he's bougie. But it's ground beef.
You better not.
Alright, we made it to our cabins here at what is this? Dragon Rest Cabins. It's a bunch of cabins, a bunch of people, a bunch of cars, and we made it here late last night, and it was actually really dark, so hard to film anything. But so it's Saturday. We're gonna go out and hit up the Dragon, which you guys saw us coming in on the Dragon with our trucks and trailers. Basically, where we're staying. We had to drive, well, we didn't have to drive. Drove the Dragon in because it was a little, I think it was about an hour saved to get to where we're staying. And I mean, this spot is pretty cool, pretty secluded. The fire pit, pretty neat area. But we'll go over everybody's car here maybe before we go or at some point during the trip. But I think we're about to hit the road and hit up the Dragon in our actual cars. So we'll get to that. We'll go check out everybody's cars real quick, see what they brought this weekend. I brought the Galant. If you haven't seen, I made a few videos on this car. It's been a little while. Nothing too crazy. It's got a 16G 5-lug swap. It's pretty stock. ECM link. I don't know. It's just a cruiser. And Nolan brought his
Daily driver.
his daily driver.
Yeah,
I mean, probably the best car to bring, maybe.
it's pretty sporty. So
Yeah, pretty.
it's sporty enough for what we're doing.
Yeah.
Sporty enough to get in trouble with.
Mm-hmm. Sporty enough to leave me behind because I'm driving like grandpa. Wheels, tires, stock, right?
Yeah, just stock.
Yeah.
Tires are actually harder than they were from factory. They were,
Are they?
Yeah, they were cheap.
Oof.
They're Toyos, but still, they're I think like a 480 treadwear. So
Right, right. Seems like it's handling the corners pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got whatever it is, whatever the Honda magnetic suspension
Oh,
or some
yeah,
shit. When you put
yeah.
it in sport mode, yeah.
Right.
When I did the brakes on it, there was like the rears had 3 different connectors. Yeah, there's a connector for the electronic e-brake. There's a connector to every single strut in the car, and then wheel speed sensors.
Hell yeah.
It's
Jesus.
quite annoying.
Yeah, right. Man, looks like it's fun though going down the Dragon.
Yeah, just don't mind the dirt. Just don't mind the dirt.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah, we didn't hit a car wash on the way back, and you're the only one that actually drove their car because we all
daily
brought
driver.
90s. Yeah, 90s junk. All right, we got Mundy's car. You've seen his car on the channel drag racing with us at Shootout. He brought it to the Dragon.
Hi. This is my non-turbo turbo.
Oh, that's
The
right.
Stock non-turbo 6-bolt bottom end. The whole car is a non-turbo.
Right. Front wheel drive.
16G hung on it.
Right.
Just on a little bit of support, some suspension wheels, and came down to run the Dragon.
Yeah.
Good time.
How was it?
Did some peel outs.
There was some,
Lots of peel outs.
hopefully got some videos because
Going peel outs.
there was some peel. Yeah, I'm sure you did. You can't have a CSM TV video without a CSM. Whose car is that?
That's my car.
Joe's car.
Joe
Joe. See, you've seen Joe's all-wheel drive at Shootout a few times, but he brought out the Colt today.
So it's a base model Colt. It's been 5 speed swapped. I bought it with a 7-bolt 4G64 in it. The only thing I've actually done to the car is I 5-lug swapped it, put some grams on it, but that's changing here soon. We picked up a stock turbo for it. We're gonna throw some cams, ECM link, speed density at it.
Yeah.
Unknown fuel setup yet. We're still out on that. So.
Yeah, it's all good.
But no, man, like it's a blast to drive. It's on stock suspension. We're gonna try and get some coilovers on it too. So.
Yeah, right. I'm sure it was body rolling through the corners pretty good.
Oh yeah, Norman said it was almost touching. Also like to keep the couple amenities that the car has too, like air conditioning and stuff like that.
Right.
Unfortunately, I have to repair the low pressure line in it, but it all is still there. Still got power steering and still has a radio and all that stuff.
Yeah, all the fun streetcar things.
Yeah.
What did Sean bring?
I don't know. It doesn't have a name. Just the Galant VR4. You want me to go get it?
The Galleon.
We could just walk over there.
And it's like underneath a weird awning and stuff.
Okay, we'll pull it out.
All right, hold on.
Oh, Jesus! Welcome to my Galant.
Look at this thing. Isn't it wonderful? It's a Galant you don't have to care about.
She a little rough, but that's okay. Yeah.
I've had this thing for like, what, 3 years now?
Has it been that long?
I think so. Like, I bought it right when I was building the Laser. And I think I was building the Laser in 2020, so...
So you guys seen the Laser on my channel and probably seen Sean, but this is his other car.
I got the thing, and the guy made it out like it was really rusty and real, like, just kind of a lost cause. And it's got some rust, but there's really only one real bad spot. And then the lower radiator support's a little bit bad, but otherwise, I mean, it was a solid car. I've been dailying it, and it was mostly stock except for this sweet old ass HKS mega filter thing.
You know I like that.
Oh yeah. Now it's got a 2G head, 68 HTA. It's actually one of Bucci's old turbos, which is kind of neat, I think.
Yeah.
2G intake manifold. It's on ECM link, but it's a 2G ECU using a jumper harness. I did the exhaust, but I ran out of 3-inch pipe, so it kind of stops halfway through the car. I got to go the rest of the way to the bumper. I've I've got a front mount to put on it, and I'm gonna get it on speed density. But right now it's just on the factory sensors, factory fuel. So that's okay.
Right,
It's
right.
fun. It's neat.
So wait, when did it get the 2G head and all that 2G conversion stuff?
I started that last Saturday, the Saturday before we came here to the tail, and I finished it Friday night before we then put it in the trailer to drive down here. Yeah.
Perfect. This is all Sean's doing this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
It's his fault we're down here.
It is. Aren't you glad?
I am, actually.
It's so
It's been
good.
fun.
It's so
Lots
good.
of fun. Yeah. Sick. Right there. Right there.
Like, yes.
Dolman's got probably got stuff to do with it.
Yes.
I'm gonna be sliding all over my goddamn seats. We're good. Stop. We're good. 2 minutes ago. No, put it all the way in there like it was just here. I'm gonna park by it. One way or the other. Move, move. Yeah. Move. Get up. Gotta get the black.
Finally ready to hit the road. We do have a short little, I believe it was 20 to 30 minute drive from our cabins to get to Deal's Gap where the Dragon starts. But we did have to make a quick pit stop for Sean, having something going on with the car that we had to check out before we got there. And that's one thing. You want to make sure everything on your car is 100% before you get on there, because I could see it getting really sketchy if it's not 100%.
On sharp lefts, I'm getting like a gnarly vibration. And I'm just making sure like that I had torqued my wheels and it wasn't a wheels fucking loose about to come off. Something stupid. But it's the exhaust hitting the damn drive shaft.
You think?
Some idiot made the exhaust bike bad.
Oof. Sean's car checked out. We are finally ready to hit the Dragon. And unfortunately, these are the only shots I got from Nolman's camera car. He was moving a bit faster than what I was comfortable with. I'm just a straight line driver. There's not a lot of roads like this in Indiana. And I don't really do autocross or anything like that. So yeah, just kind of taking it easy, cruising along, which I am totally fine with. And it is totally packed today. It's if you look here at Deal's Gap, the parking lot's full. There's a ton of cars driving around, and I just like to play it on the safe side, to be honest. So I'm not gonna have a whole lot of crazy driving up here. It's just gonna be just me cruising. And unfortunately, I did throw the GoPro on the outside of the car, and I don't know why I didn't get any other shots than outside. So it's full of wind noise. So I'm gonna have to, mute all that and put some music over it. Unfortunately, there won't be any really car noises. But hey, maybe next time I learn from this experience, and the next one will be way better. But hopefully enjoy this cruise down the Dragon.
Brother.
Yo, hold up. Is that man dressed as Luigi threatening me with a turtle shell? haven't noticed, it seems like there's a lot of traffic on the Dragon today, which it's our first time, so we're not sure if this is like a regular Saturday or what's going on, but come to find out later after we get back to the cabins late in the evening that this event going on called Touge Fest was going on, so that's why there was so many cars out. I don't know if it would make a difference on any other weekend. Like I said, it's our first time, but it was awesome to see, and I definitely would like to go back to another one of those events and just see all the cool cars that show up for it. Made it through the Dragon and decided we were going to check out some of the shops in the area and check out some of the sites while we were there. So we did a couple stops. We stopped at this really cool dam, checked that out for a little bit. And for the way back, I didn't turn the GoPro on because I thought we were going to make more stops. Fortunately, that didn't happen. But Matt did turn on his camera that was on the back of Nolman's car. Unfortunately, he was in the back of the pack, so he didn't get any of our cars. Did capture a little incident that happened right before they got there. Looks like the Infinity's having a little bit of a bad day, but doesn't look too bad, and I believe the driver was just fine and something like that. We made it to Deal's Gap to kind of check out what was going on down there with the cars and the shops down there to, you know, just take it all in. And it was pretty cool seeing all that sort of thing. It was really packed, so it was kind of a pain in the ass, but still cool to check out. What do you think, Joe?
Man, it's a good time. No, GTR. I can't wait to pull out of this. Let me get your picture.
Oh man.
Let me get your picture. Stop touching.
Where's Sean with his
It's a spooky tree.
After leaving Deal's Gap and hanging out at the cabins for a few, we headed back out, but this time to the Cherohala Skyway. It's another road that is really close to the Dragon, and it's quite a bit different. It goes up 5,000 feet, so there's a lot of altitude change, and then it doesn't have the curves that the tail of the Dragon has. They're not real tight. It's about the tightest it gets is in this section, but most of them are big sweeping turns. Definitely still a really fun road to drive, and the views are just insane. They're really good once you start getting to the top. We had the cameras set up on the Galant, both of them, as you can see, and luckily you can hear that. We got a couple good sounds going on this time with a little less wind noise, I feel like, so that was definitely a win. And then you can also see our buddy Nate drove his Mighty Max. He is following behind me. He was riding with somebody on the Dragon and decided he would take his truck up on the way up here. I tried to get him to talk about the truck a little bit when we were there, but he was like, it's just a stock Mighty Max, nothing special, so didn't do like any sort of coverage on it. But still a cool truck, another Mitsu to add in the trail of Mitsus that we got going on. And it's definitely a lot lighter traffic-wise than the Dragon was. And you can see there's a few people up there just cruising along and hanging out, so definitely cool to see even more cars hanging around on another road. this is pretty much the trip for us. We got to the top, we hung out a little bit, checked out some of the cars that were parked there, checked out some views that were up there, all that sort of thing, and then we drove on down, hung out at the cabins, got some sleep, and hit the road the next day, which it was bittersweet. I wish we had more time there, and we are definitely thinking about making another trip back to the Dragon. Hopefully staying maybe an extra day or so, something like that, where we can hang out, check a few more things out, or hang out on the road a little bit more. But it was an awesome time, and I cannot wait to go back. If you made it all the way into the video, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Hopefully I can see you on the next one.
Oh God.
We're following me. Come back the other way. Come back the other way.